Welcome to ADIPEC 2025.
Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Ceremonies for the opening ceremony of the 41st edition of ADIPEC, Hadley Gamble, Chief International Anchor, IMI.
Good morning, Your Highness, Your Excellencies, and dear friends. It is an honor and a very great privilege to welcome His Excellency Sultan Al Jaber, the UAE's Minister of Industry and Advanced Technology, the Managing Director and Group CEO of ADNOC, the Executive Chairman of XRG, and the Chairman of Masdar, to open the forum this morning. Your Excellency.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Your Highness, Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Vice President and Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and Chairman of the Presidential Court, Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Abu Dhabi and to ADIPEC. It's great to see so many energy leaders, peers, and friends here today. And let me just start by saying, it is indeed you who have helped make ADIPEC the platform that turns essential dialogue into clear direction for our industry. This is where facts come into focus, ideas meet investment, ambitious meet action. And the future of energy is not just debated, in fact, it is defined. Colleagues, as I thought about what I wanted to say with you today, there was a lot to consider. Geopolitics continue to shape trade flows and news flows. Complexity is constant. Sentiment moves markets, and volatility, in my view, is no longer a variable, it is the norm. With all the static around, it can be difficult to focus on what is really material to our business. And at times like these, my approach is simple. Tune out the noise, track the signal. And the signal, my dear colleagues, is telling us that near-term uncertainty is real, while long-term demand remains very strong. It is telling us to balance cost discipline with capital investment, stay laser-focused on efficiency while investing in people, technology, and AI. In short, while we may face headwinds in the months ahead, the long-term outlook shows demand growth for every form of energy across every market. And ladies and gentlemen, our response to that demand should focus on the data, not the drama. And here are the facts. Electricity demand will keep surging through 2040 as power for data centers grows fourfold. 1.5 billion people move into cities, and more than 2 billion air conditioners come online. Aviation will also take off, with the global airline fleet doubling from 25,000 to 50,000. And as a result, renewables will more than double by 2040. LNG will grow by 50%. Jet fuel will grow by more than 30%. And oil will stay above 100 million barrels per day beyond 2040, increasingly used not just for mobility, but more and more for materials and petrochemicals. This all adds up to something far more complex than a single-path energy transition. What we're talking about here is reinforcement, not replacement. In fact, what we're really talking about here is energy addition. And everyone and everywhere, when they look, the signal could not be clearer. Energy equals jobs. Energy equals growth. Energy equals competitiveness. And energy equals intelligence. Colleagues, yesterday we hosted here in Abu Dhabi the third ENACT Majlis, focused on how to ignite the twin engines of energy and AI to turbocharge economies. Leaders from energy, technology, policy, and finance built on the previous ENACT gatherings to deliver the following findings. 1, we still rely on molecules to create the electrons the AI needs. And here, allow me to quote Secretary Burgum yesterday, who summed it up perfectly. We used to say that knowledge is power. Now, for the first time in history, power is knowledge. Gas provides more than a quarter of the baseload power required by data centers. And a shortage of gas turbines is turning a supply crunch into a choke point that is pushing electricity prices higher. 2, infrastructure is still way behind where it needs to be. We need at least 6 million kilometers of new transmission lines by 2040. You simply can't run tomorrow's economy on yesterday's grid. 3, we need massive capital investment. We are talking about more than $4 trillion annually to cover grids, data centers, and all sources of energy supply. The fact is, that capital is available. We need the right structures in place to de-risk and ensure that this capital flows to the right places. And we need to free up dormant capital that is tied up in existing energy infrastructure assets. And on this point, trust me, there is huge potential here. And 4, and most importantly, more policy. Policy must enable progress, not obstruct growth. And on this particular point, let me be very clear. Policies should be pragmatic, not performative. Policies should be based on insight, not ideology. Built on first principles, not fleeting popularity. Because regulation without realism and legislation without logic will only weaken economies, stunt societies, and drive capital away. Colleagues, here in the United Arab Emirates, we take a pragmatic approach that optimizes energy, attracts capital, and advances technology to fast-track progress. And at ADNOC, we are using every technology available, including AI and robotics, to collapse time and expand value. Through our homegrown company, AIQ, we have embedded over 200 AI use cases from the wellhead to the trading floor. These tools are cutting unplanned shutdowns by half and enhancing performance across our business. Our flagship program, Energy to the Power of AI, will make production forecasts 90% more accurate. And we are just getting started. We haven't yet scratched the surface. There is still much more to do. We are very much laser focused on becoming the most AI native energy company, driving a new era of intelligence-powered optimization and efficiency. And here is the thing. When efficiency counts, this is the place where the lowest cost and lowest carbon barrels live. When capital seeks certainty, here is where you'll find the best bang for your buck. When good governance and the rule of law are crucial, here is where partnerships are rock solid and ROI is secured. That is why global capital continues to flow here, because investors always value credibility, predictability, and trust. And all are found here in abundance in Abu Dhabi and across the United Arab Emirates. And as ADNOC continues to progress and thrive here at home, we are also going global to find the right opportunities. Through our international investment arm, XRG, we have closed gas deals in Mozambique, Egypt, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, and the United States. And we continue to look for more opportunities across the gas value chain. We are building a truly global chemical footprint across 5 continents. And we are investing in infrastructure and smart energy solutions to unlock new corridors for growth. We have taken a disciplined approach, partnered across public and private sectors, and we are ready to partner with more. So to all our current and future partners, our door is wide open. We are very open for business. But more than that, we are open for boldness. Excellencies, partners, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, today we mark UAE Flag Day, a moment that captures the spirit of this nation. At exactly 11 a.m., people from everywhere across the country will stop what they are doing and come together in a single act of unity and connection. It is a simple but powerful tribute. We all look up and we honor our flag in a moment of pride. We recall the guidance and wisdom of our leadership and the debt we owe to all who came before us. We remember that great steps forward take sacrifice, and we remind ourselves that the power of acting in unison is exponential. The lessons from this moment for our industry are clear. Real progress is never the work of one single individual or a single company. It happens when we move together with purpose, all pull in the same direction, and recognize that the most powerful resource we have is not found in the ground. It is the resilience that binds us and the resolve that drives us. So as you leave this room today, hold on to this thought. In a world full of distraction, take a beat. Tune out the noise, stay the course, stand your ground, and focus on what truly matters. I thank you all, and I wish you a great and a successful ADIPEC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sultan. It is a great privilege.